Sports governance. Sports awareness. Sports accessibility. Sports facilities development. Sports linkages. Institutionalization of the Philippine Sports Institute. Legislative initiatives and interagency collaborations. Bahagi na ng buhay nating mga Pilipino ang sports. Mula sa panahon ng unos, sa tamis ng tagumpay, sa kabila ng pagbabago ng buhay, ang Philippine Sports Commission ay patuloy na maglilingkod sa sambayanan at atletang Pilipino.
Good day, everyone. I'm Karen Pineda. My topic for this lecture is Power of Nutrition Recovery. Nutrition recovery is an important part of a training program. Athletes experience physiological changes during exercise, and some may have an effects which can be observed right after exercise. With better recovery, athletes will be able to recover and be able to train harder in their next session. Nutrition plays an important role in sports performance. We eat, or rather, they need to eat in order to get the nutrients from the food. Eating variety of foods, athletes can be able to obtain calories and nutrients needed. A well-planned diet should compose of macronutrients and micronutrients. When there are enough macronutrients such as carbohydrate, protein, and fat, athletes will have enough fuel to sustain their strength. The vitamins and minerals would help strengthen their immune system. The main goal of sports nutrition is not limited in improving performance during training or competition, but the overall health in general. They need to eat to fuel their muscle cells, repair, and generate tissues and maintain healthy immune system. The following shows the importance of training diet. I would like to emphasize number 2. It is to enhance adaptation and recovery between training sessions. Enhances recovery in preparation for the next day's workout. A good training diet includes snacks, meals that will provide necessary nutrients and fluids to help athletes prepare for their next workout session. This is a statement from the American College of Sports Medicine. It says, adequate food and fluid should be consumed before, during, and after exercise to help maintain blood glucose concentration during exercise, maximize performance, and improve recovery time. Athletes should be well hydrated before exercise and drink enough fluid during and after exercise to balance fluid losses. This statement is pointing out the importance of adequate food and fluid to be taken by athletes before, during, and after exercise. In sports nutrition, the nutrient timing and content of meals are important to help support training goals, decrease fatigue, and help improve body composition. It is critical to look at the pre, during, and post-nutrition to maximize the training session. Nutrient timing should also align the demands of their competition days. This may be the period to look at the extra sources of calories or packaged foods that are easy to carry along during competition. Recovery nutrition includes replacement of nutrients like your fluids, macronutrients, micronutrients after each training session. Recovery is a continuous process starting after exercise up to 48 hours, but it is more critical how the body responds 1 to 2 hours after exercise. Nutrients are absorbed and replaced in 24 to 48 hours. More muscle glycogen are stored and muscle tissue replaced and new cells are regenerated. These are the goals of recovery. Number 1 is to replenish muscle glycogen. This is to replace back the glycogen lost during exercise. Number 2, this is to repair and regenerate skeletal muscle cells and tissues. Number 3, this is to reinforce or strengthen the muscle cells, immune function, and central nervous system. And number 4, this is to rehydrate and restore back fluid and electrolytes lost. When to consume it? It is critical right after to 60 minutes post-exercise. This period enhances the delivery of nutrients to muscle cells, which results to faster replenishment of glycogen and starting of tissue repair. It supports the catabolic phase to muscle building. It is also at this period where heart rate and blood vessels pressure are elevated and somehow making nutrients delivered to muscles and cells quicker. Who needs sufficient recovery? If the athlete is training 2 or more in a day, or if the athlete has 2 sessions in close time period, example, if there's an evening session and followed by early morning session the following day, these athletes need recovery nutrition. However, for those athletes exercising once a day or a couple times a week may consume their regular meals or snack as recovery nutrition. If there will be an inadequate nutrition recovery, it follows an increased fatigue while training, maybe at work or maybe in school. There will be a reduced performance in their next training session, also increase in muscle pain and soreness. Refueling means athletes have to replace back the glycogen or the carbohydrates stored in the muscles used during exercise. By doing so, the body is also able to restore back their immune function. Failing to replenish carbohydrates back can lead to fatigue and may compromise athletes' next training session. How much to consume? Athletes may take 1 to 1.2 grams of carbohydrates per kilogram body weight right after exercise or within first hour, or maybe about zero point 0.8 gram per kilogram body weight when taken with protein-rich foods. Repair. Repair means to fix worn muscle fibers through the help of protein. Protein supports the new muscle tissue formation. Also, to regenerate new muscle cells. This can be achieved by consuming 20 to 30 grams of protein-rich foods. Consider high quality or high biological value of protein with key amino acid, particularly leucine. When consumed protein, it is better if protein is spread out into meals throughout the day. A practical option if taking meals or snacks are not possible, a rapidly protein supplement is suggested. What is the importance of carbohydrates for building and repairing muscle? I mentioned a while ago that carbohydrates is for refueling, but what is its role in building and repairing tissues? It stimulates the release of insulin, which hastens the absorption of both carbohydrate and proteins, thus decreases the breakdown of muscle protein. Consuming carbohydrates with leucine-rich foods, it decreases or stops the cortisol's effects after exercise, turning from breaking down muscles to building up and repairing state of muscle tissue. This is important to hasten recovery and improves next bout of training exercise. For better enhancement of skeletal adaptations, it is vital to look at the protein source, which refers to the quality of protein, high biological value of protein, the protein dose or amount of protein to ingest, and protein distribution. Giving milk or dairy food is popular and well recommended by nutritionists. It is widely available and easy to consume. The calorie content can be altered. Example, there's an option to choose low-fat over whole milk depending on the needs of the athletes. If the athlete is trying to lose weight, then he may choose the low-fat or the non-fat milk. It is also composed of essential nutrients and minerals such as calcium, vitamin B12, and potassium, which are all essential for health and performance. Because of its nutrient contents, it helps in other nutrient aspects of recovery nutrition, rehydration, and muscle repair. Rehydration is all about replacing the fluids lost during exercise. Together with fluids, there are small amounts of electrolytes are affected, especially if the athlete is extensively exercising. Sodium is the most electrolyte affected. It is recommended that within 6 hours of post-exercise, athletes should be replacing 125 to 150% of the lost weight, since athletes will still continue to lose fluids through sweating and urine losses after finished exercising. The total amount of fluid and electrolytes post-exercise varies among athletes. The simplest guide is estimating fluid loss after exercise. Weighing in before and after, for every pound weight loss, athletes may replace it with 2 to 3 cups of fluid. Urine color should be clear and plentiful amount. Both athletes and coaches can keep monitoring fluid losses by weighing themselves before and after exercise. Fluid losses should not exceed 2% of body weight. For post-exercise fluids, it is important to include sodium either from the beverage itself or from the food. Water is good to pair with foods containing sodium like pasta with tomato sauce, bananas, crackers. You may also consider milk, sports drink, fresh fruit juices, fruit or milkshakes, and smoothies. All these beverages contain electrolytes. Athletes' immune system is suppressed after a vigorous exercise. To care for athletes' immune function, include vegetables and fruits. These food items offer vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, which are all needed to regenerate immune cells. In addition, consumption of carbohydrates and proteins are crucial. These two macronutrients support the regeneration of the immune cells and both suppresses the action of the cortisol that affects the immune cells. Moreover, carbohydrate supplies fuel in the immune system white cells. The following are challenges that can influence somehow athletes' recovery goals. After exercise, some athletes may have reduced their appetite to eat. It could also be due to busy schedules, meaning maybe after the game, athletes have important commitments. General fatigue and lack of time to prepare their snacks and in advance can also be considered. Recovery strategies should be individualized. Some of the things we need to consider are athletes' training workload, the fuel use during the session, athletes' body composition goals, and the schedule before and the next training session or event. Aside from this, it is good to factor in the tolerance and preference of athletes to eat after exercise to promote adequately and timely consumption and see the benefits of good nutrition during the recovery period. Here are some reminders from Ms. Cinder, a registered nutritionist. She mentioned that proper recovery is essential for an athlete to build on any gains from a workout, practice, or game. It allows them to bounce back and to be fresh for subsequent practices, workouts, or games. She advises sports dietitians to help athletes choose post-workout foods they like and that are portable so they're more inclined to meet their requirements. Recovery can be as simple as a grab-and-go meal or shake. Therefore, to athletes, proper planning is important. Think ahead of your training session schedule. Then think of your favorite and easy-to-prepare foods. Eat them on time, right after your exercise, and see the beneficial effects of this in your next training session. Providing your body the right nutrients at the right time make you stronger and be able to train at a high intensity and have a carrying effect on your immune system. Thank you.
Bahagi na ng buhay nating mga Pilipino ang sports. Mula sa panahon ng unos, sa tamis ng tagumpay, sa kabila ng pagbabago ng buhay, ang Philippine Sports Commission ay patuloy na magigilingkod sa sambayanan at atletang Pilipino.